How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is, of course, running its sales right now. You got the Planet of the Discount sale as well as the games under $20 sale. We already took a look at games under the price of $5, but now we're going to raise that budget a little bit. We're going to be looking at games under $10. So yes, you're still staying at a pretty tight budget. Do go check out the under $5 video. We're going to limit it to 10 games in this video. I might go back and look through the sale again because I did notice that I had to leave a couple stuff out. Didn't want to make this video too long. But let's get right into it and let's start things off with a Metro Exodus, which is 75% off for $7.49. I think this is a really good deal. The only drawback is it's not the Metro Exodus Gold Edition. Now, if you don't have Metro 2033 Redux and Metro Last Light Redux, you can wait for the Metro Saga bundle to go on sale. That's probably what I'd recommend. That usually goes on sale for like $18. And that gets you Metro 2033 Last Light and Exodus Gold Edition. Alternatively, however, if you do already own 2033 and Last Light, Exodus standalone for $7.49 I think is a very good buy. You get the PlayStation 5 upgrade, it'll look great on there, look and play great on there, and Exodus itself is a fairly good atmospheric first-person shooter. I enjoyed it. I am of the mindset that I like 2033 and Last Light more, but Exodus was very good as well. You can interchange them in terms of ranking all you want. These games do have an emphasis on their narrative, so I would recommend you to play 2033 and Last Light for sure, but Exodus is very good in its own right, as I mentioned. $7.49, again, a great price for this one. Next up, we have Borderlands The Handsome Collection, 75% off for $9.99. I know at this point, a lot of you guys are a little bit, thinking that Borderlands gets redundant. However, if you're picking up the Handsome Collection, chances are you haven't played Borderlands Borderlands 2 or pre-sequel, or you haven't played them in a very long time, and that means the game is probably going to be pretty fresh for you. I still really enjoy Borderlands. I think the style of the game just works. Even if you don't play it cooperatively, if you play it solo, I find it enjoyable. The humor is there. There's a lot of replayability, a lot of content, and the first-person shooting action is a lot of fun. It is also available through PlayStation Now, so that should be mentioned. You can play it through that. But if you want to buy the game to own it, you get Borderlands 2, you get the pre-sequel, you get the majority of the DLC outside of Commander Lilith and the Fight for the Sanctuary. That's not a big deal missing out on that. $9.99, great value there. Next up, we have Burnout Paradise Remastered, 70% off for $5.99, included with EA Play, so if you have that, you can play it through that. Can say a lot about Burnout Paradise. I love the game. I picked it up. I don't know if I picked it up back at launch, but I did pick it up right around launch, the original launch, January of 2008, and I loved the game back then. Is the remastered version like a total overhaul of the game? No, it's not, but Burnout Paradise was such an enjoyable arcade racing game that, yes, it does show its age in some elements, but I still think overall it's a ton of fun. A great soundtrack in this game, in my opinion. Now, obviously, music is always going to be subjective, but you got some Kill Switch Engage in there. You can never go wrong with that. $6 for Burnout Paradise Remastered, I think, is a great buy, and, yeah, a lot of content in this one as well if you want to do everything, like do all the events, hit all the billboards, etc., etc. $6 I think is a great buy. Next up, we have Doom 2016, which is 50% off for $9.99, also included through PlayStation Now, so you can play it that way. Game is excellent. You can go back and forth on whether or not you think this one's better or Doom Eternal. I am partial towards Doom Eternal, but I think Doom 2016 is excellent as well. And of course, with Doom 2016, you're talking about a much cheaper price point at south of $10. Very visceral game. You go into this game for its single player, and the single player campaign is actually relatively lengthy for a first-person shooter, so really good game. If you want something fast-paced, action-oriented, Doom is obviously going to fit the bill on a great first-person shooter. Next up, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition, 80% off for $9.99. As I mentioned before in previous videos, there's a reason why I didn't recommend Witcher 3 when it was on sale for $7.99 for the base game and one of those other sales that was running a few weeks ago. It's because you always want to get the complete edition when it comes to The Witcher 3. The two expansions that you get here are very, very notable in the sense that they add a lot of content to the game. Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, very much well worth it, and you're getting it for $2 additional. And the base Witcher 3 game is, of course, excellent in my opinion. One of the best RPGs ever made. Just a fantastic, fantastic game. Obviously, a little bit more buzz surrounding it right now because the Witcher Netflix series is just crazy how popular that is right now, but the game itself is obviously excellent. I would recommend, if you have a PlayStation 5, this summer we should see The Witcher 3 upgraded on the PlayStation 5. I would wait. You already made it to February. Buy the game now. Wait until whenever the upgrade comes out and play it then. That's my opinion on how you should take things, just because I think it's going to get a pretty significant upgrade on PS5. I played the game on a high-end PC as well, and it's just night and day versus the PS4 version. The PS4 version runs fine, but you're going to get a much better experience when that PS5 upgrade is out. That's just my 2 cents on that. Next up, we have Uncharted the Nathan Drake Collection, 50% off for $9.99. You can play through this as a part of the PlayStation Instant Game Collection if you have a Plus subscription on PS5. However, if you don't, if you want to get into Uncharted, given that Uncharted at this point, man, Uncharted 1 came out back in 2007, so I imagine a lot of people missed out on that game. I mean, it's 15 years almost old. You might have been younger, you might have had a different taste in games back then. Uncharted 1 definitely shows its age. Uncharted 2 still holds up as a fantastic game in my opinion. And Uncharted 1 is good still. Uncharted 2... that game, from a pacing standpoint, content standpoint, it's not, like, super lengthy or anything like that, but the pacing in terms of, doing a variety of content, you know, you got your quality platforming sections, then you go shoot up some bad guys, then you got a puzzle that isn't, like, poorly, you know, designed or anything like that. It's just really well made, and I loved Uncharted 2 from that standpoint. Uncharted 1, towards the end of the game, just got a lot of, yo, kill all these bad guys, but, yeah, it's still a good game, and Uncharted 3 is excellent as well. It's just, you know, the difference in quality from Uncharted 1 to 2 was so big that Uncharted 2 to 3, they're about equal in terms of quality level. Like, people go back and forth on which game they like better out of the two of those, so... great trilogy, and a lot of trophies to get as well across all those games. No multiplayer aspect, of course, to Uncharted 2 or 3, so yeah. Next up, we have Until Dawn, 50% off for $9.99. One of the early PlayStation 4 exclusives that got a lot more of a positive reception than a lot of people expected. Now, this is the kind of game that I wouldn't go into it expecting some, you know, super compelling story. However, if you like cheesy horror movies, if you want a game that, yes, it's solo, but this is the kind of game that if you have a group of friends over, you know, people that aren't super into video games, they can all watch somebody play the game and enjoy the experience. That's the kind of game it is. Obviously, very light on the gameplay aspects, a lot of decisions to be made. You know, Supermassive Games getting some buzz right now. They're doing some other games with Bandai Namco as well. $9.99 for Until Dawn, I think, is pretty decent. Obviously, at that full $60 price point is a little bit too much, but yeah, south of $10, I think it's a good buy, and it is included with PlayStation Now. If you do have that, you can play it that way. Next up, we have A Way Out, 75% off for $7.49. I feel like this is the cheapest this game has been. It's also included with EA Play, but $7.49 is great. You can invite a friend to play this game with you for free if you do buy the game, so that is excellent. This is a co-op only title, so you need to have a friend to play. It's a great narrative experience. The story is great, twists and turns, gameplay is pretty good as well. If you want a high-quality co-op game that's focused on the co-op gameplay itself, you know, they're a bit few and far between, but A Way Out and Hazelight in general doing a great job of, you know, kind of making this their genre and style of game that they're going to specialize in, and It Takes Two did tremendous from a commercial, critical, and overall reception standpoint, and A Way Out was the same. And had a very good story in this as well. Again, $7.49, great pickup here. Another great co-op title, Castle Crashers Remastered, 50% off for $7.49. We've been seeing this on sale for $8.99 a lot, so, you know, save the few, not even few dollars, save the $1.50 where you can. $7.49 for Castle Crashers Remastered, one of the most iconic downloadable titles of all time. I remember when this came out on Xbox 360 and just kind of took the gaming world by storm a little bit because, you know, at that point, downloadable games weren't like super huge, these smaller titles, but Castle Crashers was awesome. However, not a game you play solo. This is a game you need to have friends to play with. You know, I can say Borderlands, you can play that solo and have a good time. Castle Crashers, I really don't think that's the case. Castle Crashers, the experience is just heightened so much when you have a group of friends to play with. You're gonna have a much better time, and just a very enjoyable game that its art style holds up, a game that you can always go back to if you just want to have a good time with a couple buddies. $7.49, great buy on that. And then lastly, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration, 80% off for $5.99, a game that I often recommend, my favorite of the 3 Tomb Raider titles since the Tomb Raider reboot. I just think from a narrative standpoint, it was better than the other two, and then from a gameplay standpoint, it's better than Tomb Raider 2013, maybe not as good as Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but the gameplay is excellent in Rise of the Tomb Raider as well. The 20-year celebration adds some additional content, and the game itself, if you want to do everything, it's actually, like, deceptively kind of lengthy if you want to, like, hit all the content. Not saying that you're going to spend, like, 40 hours on the game, but you can spend a decent bit of time on the game, and the fact is, it's $6, pretty good deal here, always recommended. If you've never played any of the Tomb Raider games, you can wait for, like, the Survivor Trilogy to go on sale. That's usually, like, $17 to $18, so that's an option as well. But Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration for $6, a great pickup, would highly recommend it. And that's going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals available right now across the two sales. Again, we're like at near 1,000 deals. Also, with the weekend offer sale, yeah, we're probably at around 1,000 deals. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff. Links to everything in the description box below. As always, that's going to do it for me. Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.